bad you didn't pick up. I kind of just called to hear your voice. I miss you. I've been thinking about you, and I've been thinking about our love and how much I miss you. I miss being around you, hearing your laugh and holding your hand. I think of you every day. I hope and I wish that you're doing okay. I want us to go back to the old days, because I miss you, and I just thought of you. The idea of you listening to this, the thought of you on the other side of the line, I can't hang up. I don't want this to end. Not again.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Big Bang Series Free Fire tournament here, presented to you guys by Polygon. And, we are back at it again. We are Panda User. Together with me is Vince G. We are so excited to be your casters for this tournament once again.
Yes, of course, Panda. I am so excited to see and deliver this Free Fire action. And of course, these teams that have registered here for today are so excited to battle it all out. Of course, guys, if you're tuned in right now, I hope you share this stream to everyone so we can have, a lot of supporters that will support the teams that are joining in today.
Thank you for that, Vince. But yeah, and also we'd like to thank, of course, our main sponsors, Polygon, and they presented to us the Big Bang series. The Polygon is a protocol and framework for building Ethereum-compatible blockchain networks. As the leading Ethereum scaling solution, Polygon has quickly become an essential part of the Ethereum ecosystem. And not only for Polygon guys, but thanks to the community gaming, they have provided us with an opportunity just for about any gamer, young or old, to discover tournaments for just about any game. And what are these players gunning for? The prize pool for them is at least 1,000 USDC. For those of you guys who don't know, USDC is a type of cryptocurrency that is referred to as a stable coin. You can always they can redeem it as a 1 USD coin is equal to $1. So it is always on a stable price. But here, guys, we're going to have a video to show you what the stable coin is.
Called USD coin. We call it a stable coin because one USD coin can reliably and stably be exchanged for exactly $1.
A stable coin is a cryptocurrency that is created for the purpose of having a stable value. You can think of it as a digital programmable dollar. One of the biggest blockers to owning and using crypto today is that the prices are fluctuating so much, we don't know what the price might be tomorrow. With a USDC stable coin, if I want to give $20 or 20 USDC to my friend, I know that that value will be $20 tomorrow.
So the benefits of a stablecoin is that it merges the benefits of the dollar, which is the current global reserve currency, with the benefits of the blockchain, which means 24/7 access, fast transfers, programmability, and the ability to send both macro and micro payments.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for waiting patiently and for listening patiently for that the explanation on the USDC. But not only that, Vince G also will be mentioning the call to action on when these tournament dates have been happening for the Garena Free Fire series right here. Richie?
Of course, CTA on the next Big Bang series on Free Fire. We've got Latin America and Southeast Asia Battle It All Out. Yeah, today, October 13th, and the previous Latin America happened on October 16th. And we have to look forward for another Latin American action this coming November 13th. And of course, another Southeast Asian Big Bang series will happen in November 27th. So guys, stay tuned into those dates.
All right, all right. Thank you so much for that. As these dates have been mentioned, I hope everybody is hopeful for more tournaments to come and for more Free Fire action to come. Like these tournaments have provided these players for more opportunity, also as well to get into the cryptocurrency scene. I think at least they will be educated more on how these mechanics work, and leading to what has been happening up to this day. But yeah, enough about that. We're here to talk about the scene so far in Free Fire. But yeah, I mean, Free Fire has been a breath of fresh air among all the battle royale games. But still, it's provided so much unique mechanics and so on and so forth. But at least we get to see the skill of players here, especially since it's a mobile device. That you get to see players building and at the same time, throwing shields. And I think it's been unique to say that if you get the timings right, you're really golden in every firefight.
Of course, in every situation, you have to equip all those needed utilities in order to survive in that kind of battle royale. And the main goal of this game, basically, you just have to survive until the end. And when you survive until the end, that means you will get the booyah for your team. And having the booyah, that means you are on top because you survive alone or whether you survive with your team. So having those shields is a plus since, man, battlefield is open. You can you should expect that you might get into a crossfire suddenly, and of course if you have cover, then probably you can have a chance to fight. Having those glue walls up and running into that contest, yes,
Mhm.
you can survive. So what that's a good thing about Free Fire, and I love the complexity of these maps. But Panda, let's talk about the teams that are joining in. And of course, we have here on group number 1, we have Calm the Storm rather, Cynics, No Mercy, Bismillah team, and of course Lord Indo. But we have 19, so there's still 5 to 9 teams. Yeah, Zero PW Easy, Rungkad, Ngajoak team, Boyfriend MU, and Siamis. So I wanted to see how these guys play.
Mm, I mean, going into how these teams are going to be playing in right now, we're just going to have to see who will come out on top, because all it boils down to is how these players are going to execute their strategies. Where are they going to come off in the in the battlefield? So far, you know, seeing as how some stats are, you can. I think the best strategy so far in these types of tournaments is always running across. I mean, excuse me, not really running across, but rather running between where the zone is, meaning that instead of running towards the very center, you would rather run towards the sides, so you can make sure that no one is flanking you, and at the same time you can always zone in on where the next zone will be, and at the same time you can always watch out for your next target, maybe some loots that's really important. And I've noticed in this game that if you can actually get the packages, like the ordinance that it provides, like a grenade launcher. We've seen how devastating a grenade launcher is, because especially when your opponents build walls, the barriers that they always provide in this game. It's going to be a huge boost, especially in the firefights.
Agree on that. And what I love about Free Fire is that you have a skill as well. Aside from the random loot crate that just that's just falling out of the sky. I think
Mhm.
there's one thing that you can like summon your team's loot crate if you need to. Like it's like a blue crate that's falling out of the sky, and then of course during a gunfight, then it might come in handy. It might have all
Mhm.
the utilities that you need during that fight, like guns or maybe med kits, in order for you to survive. And I kind of like to see how will they utilize the map which is going to happen in Bermuda. Bermuda has a lot of greeneries because it has a lot of open areas on grass, and it has a lot of good points, especially the beach side, or maybe when they try to hide in the Mars Electric, because last time I noticed that the circle just spawn around the Mars Electric, outside the Mars Electric, an open area wherein
Mhm.
shields, or I mean glue walls, just come in handy, just like that.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, when it comes to the blue walls, it's going to be tough for the players because um, if they always stick to like the open area, open field, that's like the worst possible situation for them. Even if you do have the glue walls, you're technically in an open field. Like we've seen it firsthand that the best area for defense has always been in a building, or maybe having help from the map's walls. Well, it depends. Like I think the best bet would be a compound, but sometimes staying in a building can also confuse you a bit because you never know where your opponent is coming in from, especially since you're a squad. If you're too clumped up together, you could get grenaded, the molotov, and even worse, the grenade launcher ordinance as well. But you have to watch out for those factors, and it's always a key factor to be spread out as well, but not to spread out to the point that you can't back each other up, but also to the point that you can still see each other and communicate with your team on where you're progressing in each points.
Now that you mentioned grenade launchers, I can remember the last time we've casted Big Bang series. Man, we've seen a lot
Mm.
of explosions happening from the grenade launchers, from the mollies, from the nades, and who can forget? Who can forget that drive-by that's happened? That
Oh,
just threw in
yes.
that player outside so far away, and it just caused havoc, man. I can't forget that scene, man. It just replays through my mind. I mean, it's just satisfying to watch.
That was true because there was technically two teams already battling it out, and the winner of the team was still looting. All of a sudden, this other team drives up, and then gets down the car and immediately downs the next team. But I think that last player of the team was actually hiding at the same time because they were trying to back up the rest of the teammates, but it didn't really work out for the team. So it always came down to who was the third party, and usually they would come out on top. I guess they never knew that the other teams were actually gunning for them. But yeah, I mean, it's a battle royale. You're supposed to expect things like this to happen. Go things can go out of control, and when it does happen, it happens for the worst when you get 13.
I mean, you have to get used to the battlefield because your teammates are your teammates, and the rest of the players outside the map, they're probably your enemies. You should have watch out for those players that may shoot you in the back, because uh, great things comes unexpectedly, and if they manage to throw some nades on you, then probably you're out of this game. So
Mm.
I see the reason why that player just managed to back out, because he wants to at least get those placement points just to keep their team into like top threes or top four. At least they managed to go into the finals just by playing like that. But I'm expecting today's tournament. I'm expecting to see a lot of gunfights and a lot of action that will be happening. Like players that has guts to shoot at each other. I mean, three-way, four-way teams, they just have to battle it all out. Like the strongest survive.
That is very true. I mean, and also, aside from the gunfights, there will always be a factor of if the players always move down in the exact same spot, that's going to be a challenging thing as well, because it's always going to be a matter of who is going to get the gun first, and who's going to be out of the squad. Because there is not a factor here that you can say that we can wait outside the circle. No, that is not a factor in itself. It's always about who gets the who gets the first kill and who gets the upper hand in every firefight. You always have to take into consideration players that are separated from their squad, and if they are also near their squad. There's a lot of things to consider, especially in this in the Free Fire gameplay mode. But still, if players can adapt to the situation, and if they know that they can clutch it out, I mean, by all means, they can do that as well. But still, it's going to be a bit challenging, especially since it's a team game, and sometimes going as a lone wolf doesn't really work out in the end.
Yes, it's a team game. You have to work out with your team, but sometimes the best course of action is to abandon your teammates in order for your team or for your team to at least survive, at least on the top rank. If you can clutch, that's a really good thing. If you can clutch your way in into the top one, make claim the booyahs for your team. But sometimes sacrifices has to be made. But I mean, it's better to see your team to be completed. Just getting those booyahs together as a team, that is what works best. We just You just have to stick together, and Free Fire, it's all about camaraderie. It's all
Mm.
about teamwork and all. You just have to be clever on how you will play with your team. How will you play out with your enemies? And I think, Panda, as we're
Mhm.
talking about playing right now, these players or these teams are just raring to go into our first map.
Yeah, I am, and especially since it's going to be about the in games. I'm just waiting for, how these teams are going to maneuver each corresponding place in the map. Will they be going through the sides? But I've noticed, since in these Free Fire maps, there's not a lot of I mean, jungle areas. When I see jungle areas, a lot of trees. There's not a lot of huts. It's going to be buildings per se, because it's always the outer sides of the maps where there's trees. But circles always tend up to be like very center, very side, but it's always a very well held off area. Like there's houses, there's concrete uh, places. But here we have it, and the first game is underway, and wow, the safe zone's immediately spawning. Like that is very quick. I've noticed there, Vince G, that safe zone already starts to spawn. I mean, well, the timer starts already. I thought that players would, if as soon as every player gets out from the plane, that the safe zone will appear. But apparently, that is not the case.
I'm so excited. Where will they drop off? But as we can see right now, the spectator is on this team right now. Emerson Tui together with his teammates. Oh, I love his parachute. It's not a parachute rather, but instead of a skateboard, we're getting in some cool, what you call this? Some
It's a
cool
it's like a hover bike.
hover
But
bike. Yeah.
it looks like a motorcycle, if that's what you mean. But then yeah, I guess these players have. Oh, there's already somebody being shot from the sky immediately. Wow, taking advantage of this moment. Does he get to see him though? He's out in the distance. Oh, some shots connect. Will he be down? Oh, I think he did
He has
down
a
him.
wall.
Did he down him? Oh, he has a wall. Okay, so these players actually have their walls immediately. I haven't played enough time yet to realize that the walls are already in your inventory. But I think that is a very clear down right there. I think he's down to the last HP, and shots are already going down from another side of the compound. Wow, immediately off the bat there is a clash. But oh no, he messes it up. What has happened to this player? Unfortunately for them, they're the first one goes down, and Codette right there is immediately taken out of the game. A very
Man,
unfortunate series of events.
that is an action-packed series of events right here, but his teammates are there just to respond. We're seeing some domes being summoned. That is so unexpected that one player is now down for their teammates. With 3 members remaining, how will they deal with the remaining members of this team? They're just dealing with one player, but his teammates are just in time just to, get into action and probably eliminate the teams that are here.
Yeah, it's surprising to say the most that I guess they got too eager and immediately getting shot from the distance right there. I think this team is really struggling right now to cope with the fact that they've lost their teammate and they're really struggling against one person, and that is very surprising to say the least.
Oh man, I mean, first minute indeed, we've seen some action-packed action here right now. But on our camera right now, aside from KNT, we're seeing some GMP action here. So probably they're just making their move, just going into a safe position in the map. But they're in the Rimnam village, so probably an isolated island. But if the circle spawns into the middle of the map, probably they have to make their move towards the center in order for them not to be gate kept. So they're just looting for their items just to be complete, and we're going to see some action maybe later on. And what happened into the previous teams that we've seen is, what are they doing? What why is he
I think that's an
making money?
I think that's an emote. Oh, those are emotes.
Yeah.
I think that's very unique. That's a very unique system in the game. I would say that the players have emotes, and at least they're enjoying the emote system of the game. Which is a very very nice thing to see. I guess these players are relaxed even during a tournament game. And there are some items here. I guess that some players tend to skip. I guess but still, seeing as how things are going for other players, they're just trying to loot. Others are trying to move into the zone. And I think the next zone will be closing in. I think this will be the second zone prior to that clash that happened almost immediately a while ago. It's going to be the second zone. Players, I'm going to say it again that they really cannot stay outside of the zone because apparently among other, I've noticed in other battle royale games that this zone hurts like a lot. Like it cannot compare to how much other battle royale games deal with the zone, because I think it's automatically set. If I do say so myself, that the damage is a bit extra. And a clash goes down right here between. Code. Is that Codet again? Codet got down immediately again. Looks like he is in a bit of a bind right there, and looks like other players right now still clashing within these zones, and looks to be that it is another 3-player situation, and shots are going down from the other side, and looks like Todd gets to escape once again.
Yeah, we're seeing some action right now. But look at Niento. He's just fishing directly into the sea, just hurting his enemies out. But no to avail. His enemies are a fast swimmer, but I think he sees it. He's just trying to use the platform as a cover, because this area right here, this Remnant village, the entire area is like a good battlefield for you. There's a lot of hiding spots, especially the houses, the huts. You can play with the area. And tier for me. Let's see what he's gonna do here. I think he's cooking up something here.
I mean, of course, your enemies are nearby, and looks like some kills do go down from other sides of the maybe the compound, but still. The zone is moving in, and they need to move in immediately, because if they get damaged by that, you do not like to see damage from the zone. I mean, if you deplete your resources just for items, and not really for items, but if you deplete your HP and seeing as how things are, they are actually moving towards. I think they're going maybe for a slingshot here, because it's really hard. Or if not a slingshot, maybe they're going to get a mode of transportation. They're really risking it right now, moving towards the zone as well. But I think they are going for a slingshot. That's why I was curious to see, because I think players cannot outrun the the lightning area or the damage that you receive from the receding zone.
But we're seeing it right now. The rest of Team CS, BD, and Cans Monster here are just dancing it all out near Marsh Electric. So they're just chilling it all out. Good position for them to gatekeep. Outside the circle, they're just inside the circle, waiting for teams outside the circle that that will come in, and then probably they will just shoot them. So basically, a good spot for them. They just have to hold it for a while and then wait patiently for any possible team that will cross through that village. But mm, map is
Mm.
good, and we're seeing some possible movements here. So this player hiding in the trees is Dree. I think he spots something above or just way across that house over there. So he's just looking. Maybe he's just informing his teammates. I think it's Kisake and Dree only the two remaining members for their team. So they have to uh, you have to give information on where his teammates are. Oh, there he goes. Now he's
Oh,
just,
there it is.
look at this, Panda. It's exciting.
Yep, he does throw down his dome shield, but the thing is, that's not going to be enough. If he could do his walls, like you mentioned before, Vince, I think that would be a better opportunity for him. But unfortunately, he does not move an inch, and unfortunately, he gets taken down from the side. He did not anticipate that, and he immediately gets taken down. Looks like it's only Kisaki is the last person in the squad, and unfortunately for him, he is just by himself again. Meanwhile, we're seeing other players on the other side of the map, but they have vehicles and they are. I think they're just raring to go. Maybe they're going to pick up their other allies. I mean, seeing as how things are, it's a bit of a struggle for other teams because there are other solos, there are other 3 players, and there are 22 players alive right now. It's going to be really challenging to see how things work out for the rest of the players.
Yeah, but some of these players are, especially this KND on our radar right here. They are still complete. So probably teams that has lost members in the early stages of the game,
Mhm.
they will have a hard time into contesting this. Especially we've seen Kisaki just just swimming around the lake, and
Mhm.
probably just he has to do something in order for him to at least climb up into like top 8, top 6, which will go into the finals later on tonight. But KMD, they're just slowly crawling and approaching the circle. They just need to get inside and set up a camp there in order to wait for another teams and maybe gatekeep from there as well.
Yeah, that's true. Because I mean, it's always a mechanic right here, and it's always been shown that if you can gatekeep through the zones that you think you're safe in, and you can prevent other teams from moving in, usually that would be a golden opportunity for you. And looks like Nientad and his or her teammates right now have found an opportunity to probably get some items, but they're not. Oh no, it's not. No items for you, buddy boy, because they are going to be clashing right now. Oh, the wall saved the player. Don't you see that? That was clutch right there, immediately, and the player didn't even bother to get down. I think they were struggling with the controls, and immediately gets taken down. I think that was just one player, and they were messing around. Yeah, it was just one player, I think. Who am I to say if that was just one player? Oh no, I think the rest that they were trying to move in, they immediately got taken down. that was chaotic. Sorry I cut you there, because all of a sudden these players, like, they're trying to roll in. All of a sudden, no, they don't get shut down. We are going to shut you down instead. That was surprising, Vince. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, same here. It just caught me off guard. I thought we're going to see a reenactment of a Michael Bay film, but we're seeing some action here. Nang just pulling some headshots right over there and gets the kill. Nang just walking towards inside this big chimney right over there, but that's what I love about Free Fire. It just gives a lot of Michael Bay vibes, and then we're going to see explosions from
Yeah,
this
like
game.
that's one thing that you pointed out, Vince. Like these players like really rolling in with their cars, and they like their explosions. It is a Michael Bay film because the way things are going right now. I don't get why Free Fire is so unique to the point that players really like rushing in with their cars. Among all battle royales, this has been a battle royale of chaotic proportions. There are either cars rolling in, or there are grenades, there are explosions left and right. I mean, I'm going to diss the graphics a bit, but there are still explosions, and it's a really nice thing to see, to be honest.
Yeah, we don't care about the graphics. We are just here for the explosive action. You just want action, we'll give you action. And these players doesn't disappoint at all. They just amaze us with something very, very clever and very, very entertaining at the same time. Now we're seeing some four-man team here just trying to make a move out of factory, moving in into. No, I think that they're not gonna go into pot, Chinook, but look at this.
No.
What are you doing, baby boy? You just fell down there. Amazing shot for tier for me.
That was Kisakida, the last player. Unfortunately, the flank did not work, and they got flanked instead. There are a lot of things that can really happen to these players, but unfortunate for them. Other players are actually on top right now in the compound. Oh, nice shots connect right there. But unfortunately for them, that player... Oh, somebody else from the squad actually got knocked down in the process instead of them. But, he's in a very bad spot. And are these players stuck on each other? Oh no, they're not. They're trying to up each other. But that was surprising in itself. But they may seem like they have the high ground, but unfortunately for them, they're the ones getting taken down in the process, and it's going to be a bit of a struggle. I guess Rolex and the other members of their squad, if they can move back a bit, or they can hold their positions, it's going to be really good for them, because the zone's moving in right now, and that zone damage is no joke. They really need to try and outmaneuvering their opponents instead of just waiting outside. But are there opponents right now? Oh, they do sense it. They sense someone else. Dome shields are going out, left and right gunplay action. Oh, nice grenade, but unfortunately I don't think it will connect. And I think a player was taken down in the process, and walls are going down. Wait, how did he get shot? Where did he get shot from? Oh, he was shot from the other side. Wow, this is so chaotic.
Oh, look at that. He's just sitting in the throne, chilling. I mean, he's just sniping from around the hill. Those two players outside, they're just shooting them non-stop. You can't go inside the circle, man. We just own this territory. But we have 7 players left. We're seeing some action from KMD. One down on the side of the opposing team, downhill, and they're just stopping here, Panda.
Yeah, I think KMD has this in the bag. If they can hold their position right now, it's technically a 3v2. Oh, no, 3v3. Because, or maybe somebody else is alive from the other squads. Because seeing as it is right now, Ngentod and the gang, I think there are a bit... it is okay. Getting confirmation that it is still a 3v3 right now. Looks like these players are holding on to dear lives right now, because since it is a 3v3 situation, it's all going to come down into gameplay and how these players are going to wall each other off. But it looks like Ngentod and the gang already have a zone advantage. Looks like other players are actually nearby, and they do not realize it. And there is a bit of red in the map side there. Oh, shots do connect, but will it be enough at the same time? Oh, but this is going to be the last zone. And Ngentod is already being shot down by one of the enemies. Oh, Ngentod's already taken down. It looks like they just have to be careful. Now it is a 2v3 situation. KMD are actually still outside of the zone, and I think they're struggling a bit to try to get inside, but they're looking healthy right now.
Oh, look at the grenade launchers right here. Giving up some taste of Michael Bay. But Nang is not stopping. They wanted to shoot even the bushes right there. Where are you going? One is now down. 3 members remaining on the side of KMD. They wanted to complete this even with 3 members remaining. And there you go. 1 member is trying to compete inside the wall. Planting those walls up ahead. And there you go. Nowhere to go, boy. Now, Kuya Dance with the victory right there.
And yeah, I think there is your winner for the first game. AMD is taking it all out on the first game. Very nice game by them. Like they may have looked like they were the last ones outside the zone, but okay, we are going to the scoreboards right now. They have 5 kills, and on the second here we have Nyentad and the gang with that's a lot of kills. That's like 12 kills right there. They may look like they're in the second place, but those kills right there could be a winning factor. And looking at the third spot right here, we have I think other members that have branched out from the rest of KMD, and they have at least 5 kills right there.
Of course, man. I just love how they baited out that last member into charging in, hoping for a 1v1 play. And he went into the wall, trapped him with another wall, and then just denying him the entry of going inside the circle. Just look at how he danced his way to victory, even though his teammate died in the process, but there's still one player remaining into the side of KMD, and that just cost them their booyah. And I think Panda, we have our 6 teams that are going into the finals later on tonight, and I can't wait to see how will they play out later on in the finals once they meet the other half, the other 6 teams from Group 2.
Yeah, I mean, seeing as how these teams are, like, they're really gunning for it and they really want this. It seems that there are some mechanics that some players need to work on. I guess they did have zone advantage, like calling out other teams like in there. They may have zone advantage, they may have high ground, but as soon as you mess things up, and I guess it came down to how well things are supposed to be going, but all of a sudden, it gets twisted around and it's not really working out for them. I guess they need to work on that a bit more. While other teams, they don't have their spatial awareness. You can't just concentrate on just one place. You have to be aware that you have opponents from the left, you have opponents from the right. You have to be really aware of these things. Especially in a battle royale game, because you mentioned it yourself, Vince, that there are things to consider and you could get shot from every direction. And with that, I think we are going into a break. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere, as Vince G and I will be shoutcasting some more Big Bang Tournament series in Free Fire. Don't go anywhere, stay tuned.
We're launching support for a new stablecoin called USD Coin. We call it a stablecoin because one USD coin can reliably and stably be exchanged for exactly $1 US.
A stablecoin is a cryptocurrency that is created for the purpose of having a stable value. You can think of it as a digital programmable dollar. One of the biggest blockers to owning and using crypto today is that the prices are fluctuating so much, we don't know what the price might be tomorrow. With a USDC stablecoin, if I want to give $20 or 20 USDC to my friend, I know that that value will be $20 tomorrow.
So the benefits of a stablecoin is that it merges the benefits of the dollar, which is the current global reserve currency, with the benefits of the blockchain, which means 24/7 access, fast transfers, programmability, and the ability to send both macro and micro payments.
Cree en tu espada. Cree en tu brazo. Úsalos para proteger a tus seres amados.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Big Bang Tournament Series, Free Fire Edition. We are your casters once more here. Panda User, together with me is Vince G. I hope everybody has been good with with that break right there, ladies and gentlemen. We are waiting in for some more action, but before we get into some more action, ladies and gentlemen, again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Polygon, right here. Polygon is presented the Big Bang series is presented by Polygon protocol and framework for building Ethereum compatible blockchains as the leading Ethereum scaling solution, and they have quickly become an essential part of the Ethereum ecosystem. Also, big thank you to Community Gaming for providing a competitive opportunity for any gamer, young or old. Discover tournaments for just about any game for today. So, Vince G, going from that last game, what were your thoughts on how things went down from that last game?
My thoughts about the last map and the last game, it was so intense. I mean, we've seen the remaining two teams, they just have to battle it all out. They just have to be clever in terms of using all the resources that they have. What are those resources? They use a lot of walls, they use the timing of the circle really really well. That's why they managed to make a play out of it. Sacrifices must be made. We've seen a sacrifice that has come in. The wall, they place it very carefully in order to deny the charging member from that remaining team. And of course, once they're trapped, two of them are trapped outside the zone or the circle, and then the one remaining player from their team just dance their way to victory. It was like, okay, you have to die for our sake, and then there you go.
Yeah, I mean, some plays had to be made, some risky calls had to be made. I mean, yeah, sure, it did not work out, but the thing is, it it was a thing, it was a risk, but still, even if it did work out, at least it was a call that had to be made, and in the process, we live and we learn, and I think it's just a matter of how well these players, just move on from the experience. But it's up to the next game on how players will maneuver. What happens? Like there may be grenades, there may be more guns, and there may be even more teams that are actually gunning for more kills. But who can say what will happen next on to the in the upcoming games?
I mean, who knows? And we're going to see a different set of players that are battling all out. We just need the top six teams in order to complete the top 12 that are going to compete and battle it all out in the
Mm.
finals later on tonight. So we have the first six. We just have to get the remaining six from this group number two, and they have to be very very careful in their plays. Going into top six, that is your
Mhm.
borderline in order to at least okay, we made it. We can go into the finals later on and then compete and battle it to get that USDC prize pool. Oh, USDC is no joke because it's a thousand USDC that we're talking about. And USDC, if I'm correct, it is equivalent what it is in the US dollar value. So if you
Mhm.
get USDC, a thousand USDC, you'll get a thousand US dollars, which is a big if you convert it into your local currency. And that's why these players are so hungry right now, not only to get those skill, they're not bloodthirsty, but of course they just wanted to get hands of those prize pool. Panda,
Mm.
they are so excited. I can feel their energy tonight.
Yeah, and seeing as how things might go down for these players, and if they can maneuver well enough, if they can execute their gameplay properly, I think they're going to have a good shot into getting into this game.
Yeah, getting into this game, and they just have to be clever. We've seen a lot of action like from the grenade launchers and even vehicle explosion. Free Fire has it all. And we just have to witness how will they play out all the utilities, uh all those, in the environment, all those things
Mm-hmm.
around your environment. They just have to be clever, and these teams, these players, they don't disappoint, Panda. So Group 2, I think I wanted to see who these teams are, who these players are, and how will they perform well and just getting into the top 6. And probably from this map or from this match right here, Panda, we can see how will they deal with the first 6 from Group 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's all going to come down, to how well these players, you know, maneuver in their maps. How will they properly execute their plays? And I think we do have some confirmation for Group Two right now, since there are 9 teams and it is a completely different group right here. I think I can say their names right now. It is Slemex underscore ID, Kang Tuson Rungkad Team, Tuson ID, Margo Hockey, Graffiti Team, Memek ID, AWG Fire, and Aurora Soldier. So yeah, I mean, very unique team names. We're just going to see what happens into the latter parts of the game if they can execute things very well. um I mean, it's all a matter of their gameplay styles and how things are going to be executed.
All about the execution. It's all about how you deal with your opponents once that they are in front of you. So a lot of promising teams. So we see a lot. We see a lot of interesting teams like Too Soon. We've got Kang Too Soon, Too Soon
Mm-hmm.
ID. Oh yeah, double O and single O by the way. AWG Fire, Aurora Soldier. So I think we've witnessed Aurora like in the previous tournament, but it was mixed with one player from another team. So
Mm-hmm.
probably this is a four-man Aurora. So we just have to look forward on how these guys play out. And by the way, so I think that Aurora that I'm mentioning about last time is they're the ones that that got the first place into the previous Big Bang tournament. So we just have to watch out. So probably I set all my eyes are already set on Aurora Soldier, and these players right here. I think they don't want to disappoint us because they're here. They have to fight it all out. So you have to you have to give everything, even in just even performance. They have to be spectacular in order to amaze us and of course amaze your opponents as well on
Mm-hmm.
how good you are in Free Fire.
That is very true, because the thing is that sometimes it's always a good thing to always perform your best, because it's always a factor. You want to play your best, you want to do your best in these tournaments. Also, not because you want that prize money, but also to show off your skills as well as a player, and you want to perform. And for some others, yeah, they treat this as a game, but I think for others, they treat this as a really well off sport for them.
It's a well-known sport, and I'm seeing a lot of growth in terms of Free Fire, and I love how Free Fire is just exponentially growing. And Free Fire is one of the most downloaded games, and I think in Southeast Asia, and I think lots of players from Southeast Asia are just engaged on how good this game is in terms of battle royale. We mentioned it, Panda. This game is so
Mm-hmm.
unique that players are just hooked into it. You can't see a battle royale that has walls and has domes and that you can like place during a team fight and be clever in terms of their placements. That's why people are hooked, and I think people are just wanted to go pro on this scene because it's no joke. It's it has a lot of promise. You can grow in as an esports player in this game, and major tournaments has a lot of prize pool in action, but they have to start somewhere. And Big Bang Tournament Series is a good way to go. I mean, just get those experience needed, get those confidence in order to go way beyond the minor stages, just way beyond, and just aim for the big leagues.
Yeah, that is very true, and it's a good thing to hope that the, hopefully the scene grows bigger and more players get to join in the scene, because it's a nice thing to see that players are always willing to participate in these tournaments, and it's nice to see that players are also enjoying at the same time.
Yeah, and I do enjoy it a lot, and maybe the players on our side and the audiences probably are enjoying this as well. And I think they can just get enough. They can't get enough of some Free Fire action. That's why we're going to give it to them, Panda. I got a word right now that players are already just to jump into the plane and just get into the map and then battle it all out. So, what do you
Mhm.
think? Who will like from those 9 teams? Who will like remain? Who will be the victorious one in here?
I mean, we'll just have to see, because seeing as how these groups are right now, it's going to be a matter of how well they can maneuver themselves within the zone, or how well they are excellent with their gunplay. It's all to say the most that whoever strikes first, and whoever's is very decisive in their gameplay. I think that's the team that's going to win it out right now.
Yeah, and now as we can see right now, the plane are just going towards the I mean the northeast side, just waiting for players and teams to just drop off. So we're seeing some players just dropping off into Pochinok and probably getting into a good comfort zones right here. Asura, on the other hand, is just chilling together with his teammates, just chilling out, just landing using their snowboard. So probably they just contest and maybe what you call this? Maybe make their spot here on the peak.
Mm, that's true. Looks like other players, since they are inside of some zones, and very unique spot to drop in. Like, we've mentioned this before. Sometimes, dropping or securing yourself in the beach side is not a good thing to do, but still it is their decision. So, who are we to judge where they land? But at the same time, it's just a bit risky, to say the least.
It's a bit risky, so they have to be careful in their gameplay. So, we're seeing some teams. Rimnam Village is their comfort zone right here. Probably
Mhm.
a lot of good hiding spots. I mean, the huts right here can serve as a good cover and maybe hide underwater. So we're seeing one team here being so confident that they don't have anyone that can contest with the loots right here. So you just you just have to not let their guard down, and if they do, probably they might be down. They might be knocked down in terms of gunfight. So as for the moment now, they're just enjoying, and we're seeing some vehicles summoned right here. Cool vehicle. Ooh.
I mean, if players right now can just adjust to their situation, yeah, I mean, yeah, it would be nice. It would be a nice thing to see. But seeing how it is, I think players are just in the looting stage of the game. They aren't really struggling much right now. They're quite a bit chill, and nobody took the risk of trying to go into the blue zone. Blue zone right there is one of the areas to be in if you can what do you call this, if you can get your rare loots right there. But sometimes I've noticed that these players really don't go for the rare loots unless it was a grenade launcher. Still, it's still their call to make, and I can't really doubt the decisions of these players right now. It's their game to play.
Yeah. And they know what's best for their team. If they're comfortable just using those SMGs, just using those shotguns, probably they know what's the best loadout for their team. So there are teams that are comfortable with just holding the katana and then switching into something like a sniper rifle just to cover in from afar. But we all know that these players have roles. Some of them are like entry fraggers. They just go inside for the attack. Some of them are snipers that are positioning from afar and then probably surprise those enemies just by landing those clear shots from afar. And then we all know that we have it's the captain that calls out the play. So good comms is the key to in order to make some good plays. And as we can see right now, 4 members on the side of this team right here, and then Robbie being knocked out by Why Me, and I don't know why you.
Very good gunplay right there. Looks like first blood of the game, if I'm not mistaken. But still, there are some things they need to be careful of. If there are other teams nearby, they cannot let their guard down. They're going to have to, of course, be wary of their surroundings. But at the same time, looks like other teams are still quiet down right now. They are still looting, but still we can't take into consideration on how well other teams are right now, because I think since one of their members have gone down, it's up to the rest of the team to try and pick up the pace at the same time.
They have to pick up the pace. They have to at least catch up with the tempo. If your enemy just playing on a fast pace, probably you have to play a fast pace too. Because if you play slowly, probably they will just get inside your head and then probably force us with a sneak attack. So you might be aware. I mean, you have to be aware of what's going to happen. From Team Aurora right here, we see Ryzie, Aurora, and Shaka. They're just 3 members from the side of these teams. They have to hold on as much as possible in order to at least go into the top 6. But playing with numbers disadvantage from the start, that is really hard to pull off unless these guys have their confidence. But seeing them play, I think they have the confidence, but we're seeing some action. Isa just managed to take down one, and it just comes again and again. Oh, Aurora is just in the crossfire as well because he's charging in. And oh, look at this. Niet is just looting here in Rimnam.
Yeah. And I think they are aware that there are enemies in their vicinity. But the thing is, do they want to risk a fight with 2 players just in the team? Looks like Team 7 has been taken down right there. And Team 10, yeah, there's the Niet guys. They are only 2 players. So I think they're going to have to be really careful of when and where they are going to position themselves. They do not want to be taking firefights that they won't lose. And looks like some shots are going down. Did that player get knocked down immediately? I think he did, and he's just trying to get some more cover. Oh, some kills, some shots are also going down at the same time. And looks like they are just trying to gun each other down. I don't know what our player Snap is just doing right here. He's just circling around. Maybe he's trying to draw out his opponent at the same time. Oh, looks like he has spotted 2 more players, and I think others are just flanking right now if we're going to think about things. And someone gets taken down also in the process, and looks like the bait has worked. And I think other players in the vicinity have been going down as well. A very good bait by this team right here.
I mean, I love the name of the sniper. I'm Snack, so he's just implying that I'm just a bait here. So players are just after him. So I love how this team controls the situation. They have the high ground and they have full vision on where the teams are going in. But the circle just closing in. They have to move towards the circle or else it will hurt them really really bad if they manage to soak up in that circle. Now they're just retreating because they just don't get anything from it at all.
That is very true. Seeing as how some things are, we're going to have to be really careful on where they're moving. I guess the looks like other players are still outside the zone. I think they're trying to get their mids going here. If they can at least outplan the zone. Two players from this team right now. I think it's safe to say that they are somewhat in the clear, and they're going to have to be really careful on where they're positioning next. Oh,
Just with the vector, Niles just nailed his opponents, just summoning the wall, but the circle, the zone is just punishing them really, really hard in this kind of situation. Look at the dual kill vector, but he just managed to change into a shotgun in order to provide a lot of damage. But here you go, he wanted to fight it all out one by one, but Niles is now down for the count. He needs to be revived, but no to avail because he's just being evaporated outside the zone, hurting too
yeah.
much.
That's very true. Looks like Niet is going to be the last player from their squad, and it's going to be tough because since you are by yourself and also at the same time, you don't know where your opponents are, and it's going to be really a tricky thing.
Yeah, tricky thing indeed. So if you lose a lot of members, probably it will make your team into a disadvantageous position. But crossfire happening here. Evo's Heidi just soaking up so much damage from the zone and together with the rest of the other players. But we still have 17 players left, so we don't know how many teams are remaining. Raisi killed Leon God, but Lupe here is just trying to use that inhaler to keep himself alive outside the zone. So he's in the crossfire. It's just shoot or die. It just have to contest with the enemies in front of him or just die and deny the points outside the circle. So he's just circling around. I think he wants to survive as long as much as possible because he's the only player remaining for his team. But on the other hand, we still have three players on this team. And why me? I think he's just raking up a lot of kills here. So wow, so many teams alive. So Team 7 is out. And the rest of them just played with one man already.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's going to be a struggle, especially since teams are a bit spread out as well, and also to note that most players are by themselves. It's just going to be all under them. The pressures under their hands as well. And they're going to struggle a bit. Meanwhile, other players looking to be in a healthy state right now. Maybe they're threes, and maybe a four-man team, but still other teams are looking a bit thin right now, and others are just trying to pass themselves by. Ooh, Zephyr and their gang could potentially get that gold crate loot there. Could potentially be a weapon that could help them in the game, but it looks like they are not going for it. They're not going to risk it.
Yes, in order for them to survive, so they don't want to take the risk. If they do, probably that can put their team into disadvantage. But John Agus here just receiving a nifty amount of damage from outside the circle. So he's inside the danger zone. So he needs to be careful in terms of how will he go in the circle safety. But yes, he made it. So he just have to run faster than the zone. But he's just the zone is is just chasing John Agus here. So if he needs to be careful if he wants to survive, you just need to watch out for remaining teams. But Coupe here on the other hand, I think he's dealing with some business here. He managed to at least. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought he has a player in sight, so probably it's just the zone.
Yeah, it's just the zone right now damaging Kopay right there. Meanwhile, looks like this player, Niet right now, he is inside the zone. But the thing is, the pressure is still on them because he is a one-man squad right now, and he could potentially be down. But if he is not too careful, meanwhile, others are still inside the zone, inside the compounds. Others are just looting and potentially maybe getting more, you know, energy-based items right there. And ooh, looks like that is a golden crate right there for them. And what goodies are in store for this team right now? Uh, a lot of things can happen at that moment when you're trying to get those items. So you're gonna have to be really, really careful in how well risk it yourself.
I mean, that shiny gold crate, it can attract a lot of players to come inside and get those boxes real quick. But Aurora here still complete. They're just holding on to the game with 3 members remaining. So all of them are really healed up. So all of them are really raring to go and maybe eliminate the remaining members of this BR, and they have to deal with 10 players, 10 players. So they have to be careful with their approach. But there's only Emperor for team number 4, I'm Snack and Zephyr on team number 6, and for team number 7, I don't know if there's a life. Okay, so they're all eliminated. And John Agus just holding the flag for team number 8. Team number 9, Coupe is there to represent them. So there are a lot of single player teams that it will be easy to eliminate. And if you have the numbers, probably you can just play it all out.
That's true, but as we've seen the gameplay right now, I think the numbers advantage would be a better thing to note right now, because if teams are others are really struggling, especially if they're by themselves. Because battle royale, and it is really a team-based game. You're gonna have to be really careful on how things are really executed right now, and you can't risk being by yourself as the way it's going right now. But still, at least people are performing to the best of their abilities, and it is the second to the last zone, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's probably the third to the last zone, excuse me. And I think Aurora, Asher, and Aurora, Asher, and the gang right here, they look like they have a solid lead right here, because they have been moving in properly, and I think they have sensed one of their enemies in the vicinity, and gonna have to be really, really careful on how they will proceed with this.
They have to be really careful indeed. But in terms of discipline, I think Aurora has it all. Even with 2 members remaining, I think they can still survive. And John Egos, the only player remaining for his team, just being shot into the back by a shotgun from the members of Aurora here, and Zephyr just holding the flag for his team. If they manage to at least get a kill, and then probably it will be a good shot for him. But oh no, he just checking all those corners. He spots one. There's an action ongoing. Then he just is trying to shoot the enemies in front of him, just taking advantage of the chaos that is happening right now. But Zephyr is just trying to move away, trying to get out of the danger.
Ooh. Very, very tough spot right there. And looks like Wymie. He really needs to be careful not getting hit by that zone. They may have come out on top, but at the same time, they're going to have to be really careful of where they're healing. Wymie is slowly recuperating. Other members have also been recuperating, but looks like shots are going down, and they have spotted their next opponent right there. Could this be the potential win for them? Because I think this is a... If I'm not mistaken, it's a 3v1. Oh, and Wine also gets taken out of the process. Oh, immediately gets taken down by the opposing team right there.
Now it's 2v3. It's 2v3 situation. Aurora with 3 members remaining, but they're on the upside, on the uphill. Now they're trying to go down here because they're taking advantage of the hound. Aurora just completely taking control over the compound, and of course the only player remaining is Aurora's game indeed. Now they're charging into the wall. They don't hesitate at all because they have to deal with 1 member remaining. And there you go, Kuya, for your second round.
Wow, immediately. Not so intense, if I do say so myself, because I think other teams have just been too separate with each other, their work clashes. And anyway, moving on to the scoreboards right now, looks like Aurora with a 3-man squad looking really strong, if I do say so myself. That's 10 kills right there, and they were the first team. And seeing as how it is, and looks like the second placers right there, Mazora and the gang right there. And then on the third place, we see 2 kills. Oh, sorry, second place was actually 6 kills, and the rest have had their specific points as their. Good try for the other teams, but still, it came down to the last booyah for the Aurora team right there.
I mean, what an intense free fire action. And there you go, Panda. We have our 12 teams that will compete later on tonight in our final. So
Mm-hmm.
I think Aurora is definitely one of the teams we have to watch out for, since playing with 3 members, they don't even care if they're 3 or if they're 2. They
Yeah,
just
that's
probably
true.
wanted to get all those kills, get all those wins in for tonight. And I'm expecting a lot of good fights here on our Big Bang Tournament series.
Yeah, that is very true. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are going to go on a short break. But don't you worry, we'll have some more Free Fire gameplay right here in the Big Bang community. In the tournament series presented by Polygon. But don't go anywhere, guys. We'll see you in a bit.
We're launching support for a new stablecoin called USD Coin. We call it a stablecoin because one USD coin can reliably and stably be exchanged for exactly $1.
A stablecoin is a cryptocurrency that is created for the purpose of having a stable value. You can think of it as a digital programmable dollar. One of the biggest blockers to owning and using crypto today is that the prices are fluctuating so much, we don't know what the price might be tomorrow. With a USDC stablecoin, if I want to give $20 or 20 USDC to my friend, I know that that value will be $20 tomorrow.
So the benefits of a stablecoin is that it merges the benefits of the dollar, which is the current global reserve currency, with the benefits of the blockchain, which means 24/7 access, fast transfers, programmability, and the ability to send both macro and micro payments.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for the finals in the Big Bang Tournament series presented by Polygon. We are still your shoutcasters, Mandy User and Vince G. Welcome everyone to the finals. And here we have it, the decisive moment that everybody has been waiting for. Who will truly come out on top?
I mean, that was a fast semifinals that we've witnessed because these players, they are so hungry and just raring to go into the
Mhm.
finals that is happening right now. So from group 1 and group 2, we managed to get 6 players each, and now we're going to combine them all into 12 teams. That's why we have our finals. So
Mhm.
whoever wins or whoever got the highest points in this tournament in the finals probably will get home the USDC prize. So I think that's 1,000 USDC, and these players are just craving for it, Panda.
Yeah, that is very true. I think it's going to be a matter of who is going to come out on top and if they can perform really well in this tournament because it's really going to be a tough battle for them and we're going to just have to wait and see who comes out on top in this moment. But still, the teams will be raring to go and they're just we're waiting for the players to go into the lobbies right now. It's going to be a matter of how much they really want this, especially this prize pool. And I think the players are really eager to show what they've got in the tournament. And I think with all things considered, players right now are doing okay-ish. I mean, even in this tournament right here, mm, yeah, and they just have to fix on a few things, and not everybody is perfect, but still, I think they can at least perform into the best of their abilities.
I mean, they have to perform their best. That's why these players, I think they're on serious mode right now, Panda, because
Mhm.
we've seen from the semifinals that they're being so aggressive. They don't show mercy into the teams that they're facing right now. That's why
Mhm.
even if having those top 6 from both groups
Mhm.
merge into one group, probably they will do the same. They will be reckless. They will do anything they have to do in order to just stand up on top, and that is what matters the most because it's basically BR, and they just wanted to show off how good they are. And probably in tournaments like this, Panda, it's a good experience for them just to be scouted by the big leagues. Okay, though this player has potential, this team has potential. So but just by witnessing them play in this kind of tournament like Big Bang series, it will boost their confidence to go beyond what they can right
Mhm.
now, and maybe face bigger challenges in life like big teams, big orgs, and of course go international. But they have to start somewhere, so Big
Yeah.
Bang is the way to go. Just get those prize money and then help their organization or maybe help their team grow.
Yeah, and speaking of that, again, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank Polygon. This Big Bang series is presented by them. They are a protocol and framework for building Ethereum compatible blockchain networks. They are as the leading Ethereum scaling solution. Polygon has quickly become an essential part of Ethereum ecosystem. Also for community gaming, for providing a competitive opportunity for any gamer, young or old. For those of you out there, just discover the tournaments for just about any game. And again, since we're going back into this, teams have been tallied, and I think they're just preparing to go into the room. I think it's safe to assume that none of these players have risked too much. Trying to get the crates, the risky plays right there. But still, they've shown off that I think whoever is the aggressor, and sometimes if they take the initiative, that's how these players are the ones that are actually coming out on top. It's just going to fall onto how how well they maneuver their gunplay. Is what I've noticed, Vince.
Okay, now we have the list of teams that are going in right now. So let's start off discussing who are these teams are. So probably I'm gonna start off with the tops with the first six from group number one. So it's probably Runkad, Boyfriend MU, Cynix No Mercy, Klamis, Nord, Dot Indo, and Calm the Strom that made it from group number one. And from group number two,
Uh, yes, I think it is. That should be the case since they are. I think they are the top 8 teams that you've mentioned. And they have been put together as things are right here in the list we've been given. Still, it's going to be like 3 maps, and it's going to be just scores tallied in the process, and it's going to be up to the players on how well they're going to maneuver things. Uh, but yeah, I just got confirmation that Group 7 to 12 from the Group 2 right there. But yeah, seeing as how things are, it's just going to be a matter of how well these teams do under pressure, because it's going to be up to them. And going back into this, I think players will still have a good shot of how things can progress right now. Uh, yeah.
I totally agree with you on that one. So having this combination of teams from group one and two, it's
Mhm.
probably an interesting thing because we're going to witness how will top from uh top from group one and group two have to battle it all out. So we have Runkad versus Aurora Soldier because Aurora Soldier in group number two, they are just being dominant. Even with 3 players on their team, they don't even show mercy at all. But Runkad, they managed to, being clever, as we've witnessed earlier, they made sacrifices in order for them to at least get into the first, for the top one. Sacrifices must be
Mm.
made because for the greater good is for the Runkad's team. That's why they're in the top spot right now. So Olola Soldier and Runkad, these players, these teams, we have to watch out for these guys because I
Mm.
think they will make it big and they will make an impact into our finals, Panda.
Yeah, that's very true, right there, Vince. I think uh, we are still gunning for our favorite team right there for Aurora, because I think they have been the top contenders right now, and even with 3 players, and we've seen it ourselves, like 3 kills for at least each member, and I think the other member of Aurora had four kills. So if Aurora is the team to beat right now, if I do say so myself. And you've seen it yourself, Vince, that they have been a top performing team. Others have also made their mark, and I think it's just going to be up to how well things go for the rest of the players, because when you're put into a position, especially if you're just like 3 players in the making, but you've shown how exceptional you can be, dude, you're in a solid place. You're just going to go through the opposition and cut right through to being the top team right there.
Yeah, you have to be clever. You have to be brilliant in order for your team to survive. So basically, it's Aurora Soldier that is very consistent going into
Mm,
the top one spot, and it's going to be Runkad that is very clever in taking the top spot. So both of these teams, we have to watch them all out because it's going to be the battle of clever and wits versus the battle of aggressiveness. So now I
yeah.
have to watch forward. I want to look forward to this because they won't disappoint at all, Panda. I mean, they would like they will give us the action that we need.
Oh, most definitely. And still, we're still waiting for the players to be moving into the game lobby, and we're still antsy. We are just waiting for how well these players are going to maneuver their games, and I think it's a nice thing to look forward to, especially you know if either we're going to see the aggressiveness, we're going to see the gameplay. It's all safe to say that we still enjoy this. We just have to wait in for the action, see what these players bring in, see how well they've in practice for this day. It's just a matter of how well things will go for them.
Yeah, it's the matter of how things will go well for them. So yeah, what I love about battle royale, it's just the battle. It's a battle of wits, a battle of you just have to consider everything in your environment as well, because
Mm-hmm.
you have to be lucky at the same time, and in order to be precise in what you're gonna do, you have to consider everything that's on your environment, especially the vehicles, the loots, the guns, and of course the covers that you might need in order to survive that onslaught, that crossfire. And if you're in an open area, you just have to rely on your nades. You just have to rely on your utilities. Just for example, the glue walls and the domes that you have in your inventory. You just have
Mm-hmm.
to play it wisely, and that's basically it. You just have, if you don't have those kinds of things, you just have to be clever and outwit your opponent in order to survive. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
beauty of battle royale. And I think players, they're just warming up a little bit, and for the same time we just have to discuss, what are your thoughts, what are we going to experience, how will the players deliver right now and in this finals, because it's a very very intense finals, Panda. Even
Mm-hmm.
I have the Aurora Soldier. Let's say I'm biased on Aurora Soldier, but we don't know, maybe an upset will happen.
Oh, that's true. Because we don't know how well other players, work under pressure. We don't know if things can go good for them. They can go badly. We just have to wait and see, and to how well these players, hash it out with each other. But I think it's safe to say the least that if they can work well under pressure, then they're at least good to go. But still, uh, with the way things are going right now, I guess if I can remember one team, and if they did well in their placements, going back to like the previous game, I think for the first game that we've had, I think it was Ngentod and the gang from that last game. They were second place, but still I think they have potential to go up against Aurora if we can see them here in the finals. But yeah, we are getting confirmation that we will be potentially getting into the game, and we're just going to have to wait and see how well these players perform.
We just wait to see. We just have to wait and see how will these players perform, and of course we're just waiting for the airplane just to take off, and maybe these players, if they're inside the plane, they can get their they just can get their excitement ready. They just wanted to jump already outside the plane. I mean, out the plane, and maybe go into their first map. So
Mm-hmm.
first map probably it will be played on Bermuda. So they have to consider everything, because Bermuda is just like the basic map of Free Fire, wherein you have a lot of good environment, a good hiding spot, and you just have to be familiar. And you just have to be familiar with your surroundings, and I think these players are familiar as well. So we're seeing right now the plane is just looking good.
Yeah, and looking at where the position is going to be, they're going to be the west side of the map, and players can potentially risk. I mean, going for the blue zone, or right there, getting potential good loot. But I think other players are just going to be playing it safe from here on in. It's just going to be up to them how well they maneuver each situation right now.
Yes, they have to assess every bit of what's happening right there. And oh no, are you dancing right there? You're just receiving fire from above, and Cast Master will have to deal with that Luisa just punish Nows from above. I mean, he just dancing non-stop, and then he just receive a lot of damage from above, and now the rest of the team, they're just hunting for that single player and then maybe punishing him and taking the first elimination from the game. And just like that, I mean, Niles have no clue at all what just happened. He just wanted to celebrate.
Yeah, that's true. You cannot be too confident on where you are, and if you get shot from all of a sudden out of nowhere, that's going to be a really risky thing, and you do not want to get caught with how things are going for you right now. Seeing as how it is, I guess it's just going to be it's going to be a matter of how well you have to recover. But looks like Tayo is the last player in their squad, and he's going a lot of pressure is on that player. And seeing as how it is, they're just going to have to be really, really careful.
Yeah, you just have to be really, really careful in how will he approach this, because if he dies, probably it will put their team into a pretty tight spot, pretty lower position here. But Tayo is just struggling with the walls right now. He's just looking for the enemy, and just like that, he managed to land in some shots, but nowhere to go. Just like that, he just knocked down one player, and he's just receiving tons of damage from the remaining members as well. And that's it for Tayo.
Oh yeah, and very unfortunate for Tayo, since he was the last player in their squad. It was a very serious. It was a series of unfortunate events. Meanwhile, other players are just scouting around right now. It's going to be a really risky scene, seeing as how things are. I think they spotted like several opponents in the compound, but yeah, I think other players are just looting in right there, and others are just being chill about the situation right here.
They're being chill right here because they just wanted to at least take advantage of the loots that is present all around the map, and they have to at least be prepared for the late game. They just have to stock up a lot of medkits, a lot of good items, especially guns, ammunitions, and all. And we're seeing KMD in action here. They're just enjoying every loot here on the shipyard without any contest at all. But one of the disadvantages that they have here, they're just far from the circle. They just need to walk it off in order to at least get a spot inside the circle, and maybe from there they can decide to gatekeep.
Yeah, that's true. Like, how would they go by this? Are they going to gatekeep, or are they going to? Oh, nice shots right there by Nang RJ. And looks like a KMD crew is still full in their squad, and they have put themselves on the board. Very good decisions by them right there. It looks like it's going to just be a matter of staying in the game. And some shots also go on Array right there, but seeing as how it is, he's going to have to recuperate, and looks like he is well enough in a safe spot.
Yeah, he needs to be up in the safe spot because they have to at least be full of HP and maybe avoid any other situation at all. MVI just jumps out of his vehicle and maybe attempt a loot here. Maybe there's something or someone that is inside their compound, but they don't even care at all. They wanted to at least get a feel of this area before they charge in. MVI just holding on into his katana. I mean, he just, and the guns are just ready. UMP, a quick SMG in order to at least eliminate his enemies really, really quick. But I think they're just looking for. Okay. So the enemy's right there.
Spotted. Yeah, they've realized that there is somebody, and they're trying to close in on their opponents. Oh, they see them on the second floor, but they're not going for it just yet. Oh, some engagements do go in. Shotgun shots are going to be connected. But the rubber walls are going down. Looks like a race was taken down again in the process. Oh, completely taken down in the process. Looks like it's 3 members left in the KMD squad, and they took a risk by trying to go on that point. Unfortunately, it did not play off very well for them. They are struggling trying to get the opponent down in that station, but I think they're risking a lot trying to move into the zone. Looks like there are some other shots being taken down as well, and Oh, yes, there we go. They have successfully hunted their prey and with 2 kills on the board for KMD. Meanwhile, other squads have also been going down. It looks like Team 12 right there is taken down and Team 7 at the same time is taken down. Looks like other teams are going to be, gunning it for the zone. And looks like Team 3 right there has 4 kills. And meanwhile, Asuka is the last player in their squad.
I mean, there are a lot of teams that are being eliminated this early in the game. I mean, we've seen like two teams that have full elimination. That's why they have to play it out. You just have to deal. We just have 24 players in the map, and whoever managed to at least spot, especially this Asuka right here, the only player left for his team. If he managed to at least, if they manage to spot Asuka in the battlefield, then he can shut them down, and probably it's over for his team. Probably it will put them dead last into their positions. That's why Asuka needs to be careful. At least he needs to at least get top 6 or top 8 in order to have a good standing into this tournament. But Niento, on the other hand, together with this team GMP, they're just trying to make a play and advancing outside, away from the circle, and maybe camp from a better place, a better and a safer place, just to look for potential targets around all around the field.
That's true, but the thing is, when you're put in a very, very tough situation of, especially as a solo player, he could potentially put themselves on the board by getting a kill, but still, it's going to be very risky and tricky at the same time. So it's up to Asuka, on how well they're going to do under pressure. But seeing as how things are for the rest of the teams, they're looking solid. They're just inside the zone, either waiting for it to move on in. It's going to be up to them or on how well they execute, the matters at hand.
Yes, it's about the matter of execution. But oh wow, Aurora, Rezi, and Shaka, I think they have four members now. Earlier we have 3, but now they're 4-man strong here. So it's like a very dangerous thing if you manage to at least cross paths with Aurora. Even with 3 members, they can manage to punish you out, but they have completed the missing link. So Mars Bokil being introduced into this game, but okay, so there's a gun. There's a campfire happening right here, and Nang is just trying to at least enjoy that campfire and receiving a lot of damage from the zone. They have to run quick. With Arai being eliminated, KMD, they have to at least be clever and be consistent. How will they play this up? Because I think in any moment soon, they will have to deal with other teams like Aurora.
Yeah, that is very true. It's going to be really risky for them especially. Going back to the squad right there for Aurora, I think since they are a 4-man strong squad team, they're going to have a really good chance of winning this tournament. Since they're 4 players strong, and if they can perform really well, they're going to have a really good shot at winning this. I'm not going to lie.
They have a really good shot here, but there are a lot of teams that is 4-man strong. They are complete, so that's why, in terms of like a crossfire that will happen in the open field or in a closed field, having 4 members in your squad can make a play out of it. Just like earlier, they have sacrifices Arai in the process in order to at least scout down that annoying player from there, but they're just going inside the loots. What is inside that box? Let me see that box. That's why me? Okay, it's me. Oh, okay, so that's a skin probably. That camouflage. That's a Wukong skin, if I'm correct.
It's a nice skin to see at the same time. At least players have fully invested in this game, and it's nice to see that they are enjoying at the same time with their cosmetics. But going back into the game, players are still outside. They're being very careful of where they're moving in. Meanwhile, others are still actually looting. Very surprising at this moment. But still, it is a battle royale game, and players are going to have to be extra careful. But right there, I think others are just scouting each other out. Maybe they will try to go for some clips, but I don't think they are. They just want to move into zone and probably get some more kills because if you do look at things, I think it will be more important into how they're going to put themselves on the board because without the kills, sometimes it's a bit pointless to see that surviving isn't enough. I think it's going to be a matter of how much you really want this into getting more points.
I mean, it's really impressive because it's like 3 or 4 minutes that we're talking about the remaining 24 members, but we just witnessed at least one elimination that's happening. We still have 23 players in the battlefield, but I'm seeing some teams that are really invested in like eliminating players that they managed to spot in. Team number 2 and team number 1 is out, and we have team number 3, team number 4, team number 5 being complete. Team number 6, Arai, being the one eliminated in their team. Team number 7 is also down, so that makes 3. 8, 9 is complete, but team number 12, oh, what happened to team number 10 and 11? Team number 12, they only have 3 members, but sadly they don't have any representative anymore. But dear, for me, I love your dance move, man. I hope we can like dance soon.
This is going to be the third part of the zone right now, and oh wow, it's a really risky play to try to move into low ground. Others are still scouting outside of the map. I mean, that's completely fine, but do you want to risk getting caught out there at the same time? At least there is a forward scout right there, for them right there. But still, it's going to be really tough. It looks like other kills have been going on the other side of the map, and it's just trying to see what how things are unfolding right now. Others are actually at good spots. Danger zone is going to be moving in. Meanwhile, the zone is going to be shrinking here at the third part, and other players. Ooh, a clash right now is going to be happening, and Aurora is taking advantage of this moment. Looks like for them, it's just going to be a matter of who's coming out on top, and Aurora is really pushing into the zones right there. Ooh, shots are being fired on Busy right there, but he's not getting down anytime soon. But wow, this man is regenerating while shooting at the same time. He's got the nerves of steel right here, and also he really the Aurora right now really wants their kills here at this moment.
They're just wanting to get all those kills right now. They're just moving into some unit. 4-man strong, 4 members on this side of Aurora right here. They're just controlling the center of Mars Electric. We've seen players that are in the edge, in the corner of this area, but they have the full control. They have the vision. They can at least scout the potential. The coming teams that are happening here right now. But okay, they're making a move. Asura just wanting to at least get the low ground and just send them off with the Reaper's sight. He just wanted to send these players out in the lobby. That's why he's just going front. And there you go. Grim Reaper just managed to use a sniper rifle just to at least lock down his enemies, and then probably good vantage point for him because it's a good way for him to gatekeep.
That is very true. Looks like other players have moved in on the zone, and Aurora is still looking strong right there. They're trying to get kills. Meanwhile, other players have been going down, and Aurora is still. Wow, they're really pushing for kills. Like they really want to put their score out there right now. If I'm not mistaken, I think things could go their way if I'm not mistaken. But still, KMD squad is trying to move in. Meanwhile, Aurora is still, gatekeeping the zone right here. Meanwhile, Mazora and the squad is trying to move in as well, trying to secure the final spot. And I'm really curious to see how well they go about this. And that is not the place you want to be right now. And you're gonna get taken out of the zone immediately, eliminated from the spots right there. Very unfortunate for that play.
Yeah, denied by the circle, but we're seeing some action inside the Mars Electric. Many players have been taken down, and from 16, we've witnessed a 2 elimination, and now it's going to be a fast-paced game. GMP, Tier 4 me is the only player remaining for his team. He's just dancing earlier in the game, but can he dance his way into getting those first booyah of this finals? He has to deal with Aurora and KMD as well, but they're being eliminated right now because the zone or the circle is just shrinking, and it's not looking good for these players right now. Now Evo's ID only has Draken to be on the side, but he's just receiving damage from the side, and there you go, being knocked down like that. And Tier 4 me, the only player remaining for his team, just eliminated one, and he has to deal with the 1v1 situation right now. Asura, just like that, just nailing those shots, and there you go, another one just pops in. Ricey just getting all those loots, and what is next for them? From 12, it just managed to be cut down and half into 6.
Yeah, that's very true. Aurora is looking really solid right here, and they are taking the advantage right now. And so it's going to be a 4v1 situation, and I think the Owl is going to be struggling right here. He gets spotted immediately by the Aurora players, and Booyah is immediately going to be taken by them in this team. Very well played right now for them, and they are looking solid in the lead for the Aurora players right now.
Aurora with 4 members remaining, they just managed to play out with 12 players from this game. I mean, Panda, it just has to be Aurora that just dominated into the game. They eliminated every player with ease. I mean, they didn't even have a hard time. Just look at all the kills that they have here. 10 kills again for Aurora, getting the top spot into our first game. The second team we have here, they only got 3 kills, and Gentod and Tier 4 me managed to get 7. So I mean, the difference from the points is just so wide that Aurora is just leading this game. So how can they play this out? This is going to be an interesting one, Panda.
Yeah, and I think there you have it for the first game, ladies and gentlemen. We still have 2 more games to go, but still, coming on to that last game, very intense moment, very aggressive moment for Team Aurora right there. But yeah, and with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are going to go on to a short break before we go on to game number 2 of this final series. But again, guys, don't go anywhere. I hope you guys are enjoying right now and seeing as how things will go on smoothly. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
We're launching support for a new stablecoin called USD Coin. We call it a stablecoin because one USD coin can reliably and stably be exchanged for exactly $1 US.
A stablecoin is a cryptocurrency that is created for the purpose of having a stable value. You can think of it as a digital programmable dollar. One of the biggest blockers to owning and using crypto today is that the prices are fluctuating so much, we don't know what the price might be tomorrow. With a USDC stablecoin, if I want to give give $20 or 20 USDC to my friend, I know that that value will be $20 tomorrow.
So the benefits of a stablecoin is that it merges the benefits of the dollar, which is the current global reserve currency, with the benefits of the blockchain, which means 24/7 access, fast transfers, programmability, and the ability to send both macro and micro payments.
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Big Bang Tournament series of Free Fire presented by Polygon and Community Gaming. We are your shoutcasters still, Panda User and Vince G. So we have got confirmation that we might go immediately into the game, but before the game even starts, again, guys, I'd like to mention that this game is Big Bang series is presented by Polygon, a protocol and framework for building Ethereum compatible blockchain networks. As leading Ethereum scaling solution, Polygon has quickly become an essential part of the Ethereum ecosystem. Also, big shout outs to Community Gaming for providing us with a competitive scene and for every opportunity for just about any gamer, young or old, to discover tournaments for just about any game. We know you guys like these games, especially the FPS scene in the Valorant and even tactical games like Hearthstone. But yeah, so very exciting first match of the game. We're just we're just waiting and anticipating how well these players again are going to going to be performing. Hopefully, we get to see other players again try to stand out against Aurora, because Aurora really is a dominating force, and they're going to just we're just waiting to see who else is going to be dominating in this stage of the game.
Yeah, Aurora just managed to get that first booyah of this finals, but we still have two more games, Panda. So it's anyone's game. So if they manage to steal the spotlight on Aurora, then probably it can like shift the momentum and shake things up in our ranking. But showing up our first round, I mean, Aurora had a lot of the had a lot to say. They have a decent standing. They have the first booyah. They managed to get 10 kills. That means they're on the top spot. That is really, really hard to at least contest or maybe catch up. So if they manage to catch up, then good for them. At least it will be a tough battle between Aurora and the teams that are trying to get those spots. And man, I think these players are so excited to at least get into our round number 2. But I have a feeling aside from Bermuda, we're going to play this out in the Kalahari map, which is a different map from Bermuda that we're seeing earlier tonight. Kalahari is like a deserted area. It has lots of high grounds and open areas for you to at least to run and position yourselves, and taking advantage of that high ground, especially in the oil depots and all. That means you have a good positioning at all. That means you're in a good spot. You just have to anticipate where the circle should spawn. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the Kalahari. We welcome you into our second game of our finals as the plane departed and Aurora just jumps outside the plane.
Yeah, I mean, these players are really raring to go, and Aurora immediately, as you said, they're going to try to take advantage of this moment right here, because I think Aurora really wants to farm early on, as we've seen from their playstyle. Aside from farming early on, they're just raring to get some more kills in the process, and at the same time, when they have secured their items, they when they move into the zone, they secure it, and aside from that, they get kills at the same time, and they don't dilly dally, like they don't wait in anticipation for what things should be going on, but they really get the chance to get the kills, and at the same time take advantage over their opponents, which is a really, really good thing to see.
A really, really good thing to see, but we're seeing some early eliminations right here. Now we're down to 30. Aray here, on the other hand, the first being eliminated on the side of KMD. Aray Kopo, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how will he punish and inflict some damage and cause pain to the enemies right now. As we're seeing Jay here just controlling over the area. And we're going to switch cams and focus on other teams. ELG, GG, SC7, and the rest of the TZ gang here. Probably a fan of our TZ or whatever. But they're just moving on into that safe spot. They're just moving on towards the high ground, claiming the good spot. But we're seeing KMD with one player down. It's Timmy. If I can read it right, but it's Timmy being eliminated for the first. So this is the second KMD, I guess.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, the rest of the squads here, representing their own teams. But still, it's nice to see that other players, branch out and at least, they make the effort to really participate in these games. Still, players have been performing well on their own. At least, it's a good thing to see on how well they've been performing. But yeah, at least when it comes into, when it comes into the game, it's still a matter of how well they're going to be performing. But yeah, seeing as how things are right now, at least there are some individual skills being shown, but still, when it comes to this battle royale right now, it's really coming down onto how well uh, a team is, how coherent they are. Looks like some kills have been going down. Looks like Team 7 is taken down by one player, and looks like other teams looking a bit healthy. And whoa, the GG Ian and the guys right here, since they came out from that battle, they were really low, and it's a good thing they are immediately recuperating from their previous engagement, and it's a good thing to see. So we're down by five players, like from 30 a while ago, and I think things are really progressing really well.
Yeah, things are progressing really well indeed into their favor. But oh no, SC7 is receiving a lot of damage. Now Wine being eliminated into this game, but SC7 running low. They have to be careful on where the target is. They're just scouting for the potential position of their enemies. But Yan and TZ, they're just looking around the map. But let's switch cams here. But here for me, just riding that is the pickup truck, just getting away from it all. I don't want to be here. I just wanted to at least get away from the city and relax. But Mazora and Waimi, the two remaining members of their team, they have to be more careful, because if they both die at the same time, then probably it's going to be a really hard spot for their team, since they will be eliminated this early.
Yeah, that's true. You really don't want other members in your squad to be taken down immediately. And since, like I said, if you're put under pressure, it's going to be a really bad thing to say the least for them. But, I mean, it is what it is, and it's happening right now to them. And it's going to be a matter of how well you can just adapt to the situation right here.
Yeah, it's the matter of how well will you adapt in this kind of situation. But whoa, it's a good aura right there. He just summons a snake, and what a posing! He's just dancing right here, dilly dally, and of course they're just wanting to flex out his like new taunt or emotes at all. Just because I think he's just positioning himself into a good spot. And the rest of the team KMD with Fadli, it's going to be ACL and Fadli just holding up the banner for their team. So yeah, they have to be more careful on how they approach their enemies. But on the map, we see right now, Panda, we still have 23 players in this arena right now. The Kalahari map, because you have to be at least, I mean, get into the high ground in order to have a good look around the surroundings. They have the ultimate vision. That's why they need to at least control that high ground.
Yeah. it seems that other players are just still outside the zone. I think they're really just scouting on where other opponents are right now, because I think they want to keep, they want to get the skills done, but unfortunately, sometimes it's not the case, and it's either they get flanked at the same time, and looks like they have spotted one member of Aurora goes down at the same time. He's going to have to be recovered, but oh no, he gets taken down immediately, trying to switch to a grenade, which wasn't really a good thing to do. He could have immediately tried to at least save their member, but also takes down the opposition at the same time. Looks like Asura G here is trying to move in on the opponent's location, and one of the members that they've been pursuing goes down in the process. He spots them here in the watchtower, but he doesn't have quite the shot yet. He's going to have to try to nade just to lure them out at the same time. Very good nade, but doesn't connect really. How is Rise going to be adapting to this situation right now? Or how are they going to maneuver? Oh, another nade goes down. 73, it connects, and Why Me is taken down in the process.
Why me indeed is just, Aurora is just enjoying every loot that he has right now. But we've seen Aurora from game number 1. They ended the game being complete. Now they're going to struggle with 3 members remaining. KMD, on the other hand, this 4-man KMD team, they are so strong. I think on the radar they don't have any kills at all, but at least they have 4 members left. So if they wanted to play around with Aurora, they can do so. They just have to set up a good fighting ground in order for them to at least have the advantage once they cross paths with each other. But okay, now they're on the command post. So the zone right here will somehow at least move any moment now, but at least they can run. They can run towards the command post and then go inside the circle. Probably the circle will favor Refinery or maybe the dinosaur fossil or whatever. But okay, ELG is now being eliminated. It's Yan, SC7, and TZ. SC7, we've seen him receiving a lot of damage, but he managed to at least heal himself in the process. But instead of going for a fight, they managed to at least retreat and probably plan it all out. So wow, a vending machine just fell out of the sky, and Cancer Monster is just taking advantage of it. What guns will he use? Okay, he got at least, I think that's a huge gun, an RPD. Oh, okay, that's a zombie and a football player.
I mean, they really don't go for the options in the crates. I think it's a safe bet to say that players don't really rely on the weapons there. I think they rely more on the grenade launcher, if I do say so myself. Seeing as how these players are right now, they rely more on the grenade launcher, more on what the ordnance. What the purple crates give, to say the safest bet.
But okay, so KMD with Fadley. Okay, they still have 2 players left. So this is the other KMD that we're talking about. So Fadley, I think he's just charging in and just taking everything that's inside this area. They can at least push inside the circle and go inside the bay front, and from there they can like set up their base, set up their camp, and probably take a look over for potential movements from down below. Because as you can see, right? Oh no, that's not a good shot at all. Okay. Oh my.
Wow, they're really being damaged. I think they're outside the zone, and it's not a good place to be in. Oh, some shots do go down, but I think Smock is. Oh, he gets taken down at the same time, and other players are trying to move in. This is not a good zone to be. Draken and the guys are going to be struggling, and I don't think that's going to be it. And the zone is going to be damaging for a real lot. And I think there are other players moving in on the zone as well at the same time. But it's really risky the way this team has been playing, and they are immediately taken out at the same time. Very unfortunate series of events that have happened to them. But they tried their best to try to move in the zone, but they were taken down at the same time. Meanwhile, other teams are outside the zone. Well, they are gatekeeping it at the same time. They are very secured, but still, Aurora looks like to be down by one member. Team 10 right now, the Kupay and the gang, they're still full. Team 7 also taken down by one member. And KMD Team 6 is going to be full with their members right now. Meanwhile, others are, Team 1 is going to be a duo and Team 3 is going to be a solo.
Okay. Okay, so I love what they're doing right now. They're just stacking each other, probably getting some information on where the other teams are. We're seeing some 17 players in our battlefield, but somehow these players, some of these players are being receiving some damage from the circle, but the circle is too fast to at least to catch up. It's like a dream that's very impossible. And just like that, he just lies to this death. They're being knocked out. It's only SC7 that's alive, and now they're being evaporated. SC7 is just using all his med kits, but receiving heavy damage from the circle. Will he die? But he's just using all these med kits in order to survive. This is his last stand. Okay,
he's not going to make it. He's really not going to make it. Yeah, dead. Immediately gets taken down. Very unfortunate for them. Looks like CS here is trying to take down opponents at the same time, but will it be enough for them to say the least? But looks like not enough shots was taken down right there. Very unfortunate for Kans right there. He thought he would get a kill. But still, they're looking pretty solid with 4 members right now. It's just going to be a matter of how well they outmaneuver the other teams that are contesting the zone.
Oh, look at this. It's just like that, where the zone or the circle will favor the refinery. Look at the high ground advantage. CS is just, gatekeeping everyone that is trying to cross inside that circle, and just like that, one monster just taking down one, but the entire team as well, they wanted to at least eliminate any potential threat at all. Get in the car, man! Get in the car!
No, it's enough. I think they have enough time to at least move in the zone. Oh no, he gets shot in the process. Very unfortunate. Looks like they are 3 members right now, and I think it's safe to say that the last team that is moving in is going to be the Aurora Peeps. I think it's a 3v3v1 situation right now. Or I could be wrong, it's a 3v4. 3v3v1. Oh, no, 3v3v1. Okay. So, looks like GMP is the solo player right now, and Aurora Peeps are still looking pretty solid right there, immediately taking down the opposition. And as I see things, looks like a tier for me is going to try to say solo, but you do not want to reveal yourself anytime soon, to be honest, because you could let the other teams battle it out with each other, but no. You get taken down immediately because as soon as they try to take down that member, that is a grenade. Oh, copied immediately. Looks like the Booyah. Finally, somebody has taken down Aurora in the process. It looks like Kumay and the gang have taken down like a major team right there. And that's it for game number 2.
Wow, you just have to end it in style. They just throw a nade in front of Aurora, the 2 remaining members of Aurora, and it was a banger. I mean, it just ended up explosively well, stealing the spotlight from Aurora, and there you go. Kans Monster, Nals, TC Kupay, and Tour just managed to get the second booyah of the game in Kalahari. What an intense series, Panda.
And looks like seeing as how things are looking at the scoreboards right there, the first team that actually came out on top right there, I think it was the CS gang and Kupay right there. They have 9 kills compared to Aurora with 5 kills. They have made their spot right there, and I think we have a contesting team to see. But still, we're just going to have to wait on it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are going into the short break before we move into the final game. And I hope you guys are enjoying your stay here at the Big Bang Free Fire Tournament Series presented by Polygon. We are your shoutcasters, Mandius and Vince G. Just, don't go anywhere. We'll be in for the last game real soon.
We're launching support for a new stablecoin called USD Coin. We call it a stablecoin because one USD coin can reliably and stably be exchanged for exactly $1.
A stablecoin is a cryptocurrency that is created for the purpose of having a stable value. You can think of it as a digital programmable dollar. One of the biggest blockers to owning and using crypto today is that the prices are fluctuating so much, we don't know what the price might be tomorrow. With a USDC stablecoin, if I want to give $20 or 20 USDC to my friend, I know that that value will be $20 tomorrow.
So the benefits of a stablecoin is that it merges the benefits of the dollar, which is the current global reserve currency, with the benefits of the blockchain, which means 24/7 access, fast transfers, programmability, and the ability to send both macro and micro payments.
Hello, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the final game of the series here in the Big Bang Tournament Arena Free Fire. We're brought to you by Polygon and Community Gaming. We are your shoutcasters, Panda User and Vince G. What exciting moments we've had in the past games right here, Vince. We'd love to see more action as well. Wouldn't you agree with that?
I do, but it is the final map. So we're going to witness some epic, finishers for this event. And
Mhm.
if these teams wanted to catch up, they have to go all out on this because it's do or die now or never. It's now the chance for them to at least steal the spotlight from Aurora and from
Yeah.
the second winner. And from there, man, we're going to see something very, very exciting. And I thought Aurora had it in the bag, but nailing those 3-pointers from afar, they managed to end it up explosively. 3-pointers indeed, eliminating two players from Aurora. And there you have it. No Aurora Booyah for ya.
Yeah, this is very true. So, we're just going to see what the next game brings about. Again, guys, we're just going to remind you for the prize pool right here, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's going to just be the 1,000 USDC prize pool. So it is a prize pool, and I think it will be split among the players right then and there. And again, for the different dates. But still, I think we are going to go into the game right now, and there it is, the final match of the day, Vince. What epicness will we see today? And immediately going into the blue zone. So somebody wants their good loot right there, Vince.
I mean, somebody wants their route up and running. KMD, on the other hand, they wanted to at least take
One Onzo
advantage
said
of
then
their
talk about the
surroundings. That's
game.
why they dropped first. They wanted to avoid any casualty that will happen. Now we're back into the Bermuda map. So their landing spots are good. And the ejector pods are just beside them if they wanted to at least change their location. They can like leap easily. KMD, they have no contest at all. That's why they're enjoying every bit, everything here that is scattered around this area and the mill side. So it's going to be a fun game for them. GG, ELG, SC7, and TZ. We've seen SC7 run for his life. I mean, SC7, Yan, and the other one. But suddenly,
Run.
yeah, run. But they
Run,
didn't
boy,
make it.
run.
They didn't make it inside the circle. That's why they need to try harder right now because it's going to be their last shot here.
Yeah, that is very true because as we've spoken from these players' experience, they're really going to have to be careful. They really want the full squad in their hands because if you are lacking players and you don't have enough to try to get back into this game, you're gonna have a really tough time. Seeing as how it is, there are 30 players right now, but still, it's going to be at least like 10 teams, if I'm not mistaken, but we've seen like 1 to 12. But I think you mentioned it before, Vince, that 10 and 11 is not on the case.
Not on the case indeed, but
Oh yeah. There's a bit of lapse in the teams, but still, I think it's 10 teams. If I'm not mistaken, we skipped 2, so 5, 6, 7. Yeah, everybody is still complete. 8, 9. Yeah, there's 10 teams. So mind the gap, ladies and gentlemen, because it's skipping some numbers right there. But yeah, there are 10 teams right now. Looks like there are players with three players on their teams, and others are going to be a complete 4-man squad. Looks like the zone is going to be moving in, and once again, it's just going to be a matter of farming and staying safe into the zones, or as you would say, Vince, that they are just going to gatekeep and try to get their kills.
yeah, that's what just like we've seen earlier, some of them just took advantage of the high ground from the Kalahari map, but Bermuda is a different story. You have to at least position yourself towards the hill or maybe find a safe spot in this map that can can put your team into a really good position for you to gatekeep at all. So
Yeah.
you just have to at least play very cleverly in order to at least take advantage of your enemies and outwit them. But we still have 30 teams, but what I'm seeing right now, it's just very, very calm. There is no action during the early game, just like unlike the previous maps that we've seen.
Yes, is very true. I think, if I do say so myself, I think players are actually playing it safer. I think, and they're really just farming their equipment right now. Don't you think, Vince?
They're just farming it all up, stacking some med kits, stacking some ammos, and probably finding a good loot like an armor to keep them up and running, stock
Yeah,
up
yeah.
those blue walls and etc. in order for them to at least last long into this team fight. But I think, yeah, I love their discipline right now because this is the last map. They have to be very careful in their action, in their decisions, and everything that they make. Because if they die, that can put their team into a disadvantage here, and
Mm-hmm.
they don't want that to happen because if they have the disadvantage, it will be hard for them to at least come back. I mean, come to the first spot.
That is very true. Uh, as seeing as how it is, I think it will be up to the players on who will they be spotting in the zone. Well, the edges of the zone, because it's always fallen onto the times that it's either edge of the zone or it's going to be people entering from the zone, which is, it's sad to see that there were players that actually made the nice decision of trying to move in, but at the same time it wasn't the safest thing to do because they're really risking a lot. They're really trying to move into the zone, but still, you know uh, I think there was just sometimes that they were unlucky, to say the most, because all of a sudden, oh no, the zone's not to our advantage, we should move around. Then all of a sudden, things don't go our way. That's what's been happening to other players right now, and looks like the zone is going to be shrinking. And again, you do not want to be damaged by this zone, as we've seen from the previous games.
Yeah, and just like that, you don't want that zone or that circle to be chasing you down and, of course, knocking your team into the process. That's why you have to be safe. You have to at least camp inside the circle in order for your
Mhm.
team to save and maybe find potential targets there and then at least aim for the top spot. Uh, Top 3 is not bad at all, but if you want to at least win the USDC prize pool, you have to at least aim to be the top one and rake up those skills. And now we're seeing some vector action here, Panda.
I think one person officially is that person's going to be first blood, and I think that's going to be MKY taking the first kill right there in this game, putting them on the scoreboards.
They need to be more careful than that. Now, with one player being eliminated from the map, that means you put your team into a 3-man disadvantage. 4 members from the other teams, from the opposing teams, you have to deal with all out. You have to outsmart your enemies, but somehow, having that numbers disadvantage, that means you can easily rotate.
Mm-hmm. I mean, with the rotating advantage, if you manage to get yourself out of a sticky situation, it's going to fall under how well you can maneuver yourself, how well you can handle the pressure situations. And I think it's safe to say that the other teams right now have it easy, but meanwhile, putting yourself on the board is going to be a bit of a struggle.
Yes, a bit of a struggle here, but we're seeing some KMD with Fadli. The second KMDs on our game. They're just being so complete. They're being so organized. They're just taking control over Mars Electric. Just looting every area into this area. Every loot into
Zone.
this area.
Yeah.
Into the zone, rather. But
Oh, somebody used the. Oh, I'm sorry, we cut out. But yeah, finally, somebody is going to be using what do you call this, the vending machine, and I think they're going to have a selection right there, and that is a very curious thing to see. You can actually eat mushrooms to gain stamina. I think the stamina right here, ladies and gentlemen, is how fast your character will go faster, and at the same time you won't lose momentum when you're sprinting. Yeah, looks like other members have gone down, and I think we are down to 28 players. Ooh, very surprising to see.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I love the concept of having a mushroom into that battlefield because you have to eat in order to survive. You have to at least use that utility in order for you to last long into this game. You just have to eat mushroom in order to at least last long. And even if you can eat that banana over there in that banana tree, then probably it can like boost your HP. But sadly, no tree climbing at all here. And Can's Master receiving some nifty damage from the zone. He's just using the inhaler just to at least keep him alive because the zone, the level 1 zone, is not hurting so much at all. Just like we've witnessed from the previous map. And KMD on the other hand, I think they're enjoying the loots in this area.
Yeah, I probably think they are as well because they are a bit in the center. But right now, for GMP here in the gang, I think they are trying to to gatekeep it. But at the same time, I don't think they are going to be finding opponents. They're trying to best to get kills, but I don't think this is going to be a place to get the kills because it's technically the unsafest place to be in. You do not want to be at the beachside. You do not want to have high ground disadvantage. And since they're already here, you're just going to have to be careful.
You just have to be careful at all. Compared to the previous maps, I mean, from the previous map, deaths are being so like stale. As of the moment, we just witnessed 2 eliminations for 5 minutes, and I can say that these teams are just playing it safe because they have this common goal that is to at least get the top spot, and having like a complete squad can like make it very much easier. KMD now, the legit and the first KMD is on the move. I think they wanted to at least raid some area here right now, but okay, so there is no one here. But I think Nang is just trying to fire in some nades. Will it explode? Yes, it will. But would it deal damage to the opposing enemies in that area? And I think it does.
Yeah, but it wasn't enough damage because it was like 23 or 43 now. And looks like other players are also going down at the same time. But and somebody got killed in the process. Meanwhile, Array is going to be shooting on the other side of the fence right there. And this is the second zone right now, second shrinking zone. So I think that's going to hurt quite a bit. But it looks like it's not so much to the point. But they are really boxing out their opponent. And Array gets taken down at the same time. Nice shots right there, connecting. Looks like it's going to be one member down for their squad, and I think he's a lost cause at this point because it's better to go on your opponent, take them down immediately. And I think that's one team down for them. Meanwhile, Aurora is also down by one member, but they do have 3 kills, which is really a lot going on for them. Meanwhile, other teams, KMD right now is looking good with 3 kills. Others still have solo kills, and at the same time, they're struggling with others are struggling with just one member left in their squad.
Yeah, with one member left in their squad, how will they make their move here? KMD with Fadli, I think they're just controlling over this building in Pochinok, just waiting for members or for other teams to come across this border. Some UAVs has been deployed probably to scout enemy movements, but GMP, Ngentod, and Rolex are trying to at least scout the area for possible encounters at all. And controlling Mars Electric, the other half of Mars Electric can put them into advantage. But okay, so Aurora is just struggling to be man. Okay, so
that's true. Did he get shot? Oh no, he did not. I think he's just drifting with his car right there. Yeah. This is a replay of trying to run over some. Oh no! They are going to run someone over. Are they? They are. Does he spot anybody? Oh, nice drive-by right there. Risey actually getting shots on someone, but did they take them down? I don't think he did. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he did. He did get to shoot somebody, but I don't think they were down at the same time. Oh no, they were down, and there you have it. And he takes another kill for the side of Aurora. Meanwhile, other members of Aurora are actually shooting other people on the other side of the compound. Shots are going down. Looks, is this going to be another kill for them? Yes, it is going to be another kill for them. Meanwhile, Azura right now is going to have to recuperate what HP he's lost because he's in a very bad spot right there. Looks like they are trying to gatekeep someone, but at the same time, do they take them out? And get taken down. And Aurora is really looking to gun for this, and this is potentially like what, the fourth strength zone. So they have secured themselves with a good bit of kills because KMD also is doing double time. And he doesn't get spotted. Oh no! Oh yeah, that's from above. And looks like Aurora is going to be taking more kills at the same time. Meanwhile, Risey is going to be low on HP, so we'll be really careful. Oh, mad skills by Asura right there, taking some more shots, and he's going to down the opponent. Meanwhile, they are really looking great in this game. Like 4 kills from Asura and then 3 kills from Boxkill. Meanwhile, KMD is trying to farm up on items. They have zone advantage as well at the same time. They just have to be really careful not to get caught, with their pants down in this moment.
And just like that, Aurora just managed to at least kill and successfully gatekeep the area that they're in. KMD, on the other hand, they are complete squad, and now they're just holding their defenses inside the circle. They are just in the vicinity of Pochinok, and every player that comes in, and if they spot it, probably they can punish them with some guns and kill them at ease. But they have to be careful since cross that hill, probably a team can like emerge from there and come in from there and then charge and waltz into that building. Okay, so we have one player for that team in order for them to at least survive. And okay, so one down that easily on the side of KMD plus Fadli. So they need to at least respond to that down player. They need to provide some covers in order for them to at least get them back on track. But okay, so they're just moving towards here. GMP and Leah, on the other hand, Tier for me providing some vision here. Okay, he knows that there is an enemy across that area, and that's why they're just marking that area heavily. Rolex, on the other hand, trying to... Okay, so Aurora just is taking advantage of their high ground. So from the high ground, they're trying to at least get some kill from there, and now Asura is receiving damage from below. And let's see how will this go, Panda.
That's true. I think Aurora has a good advantage right here. They know where their opponents are. They just have to be really careful though, since they don't have zone advantage. But at the same time, if they can move in while running and gunning, I think they're going to have a really good shot of what can happen. Still, we can't count them out even if they look like they have a disadvantage. Meanwhile, Boxkill right now is going to be hit by the zone. Others are also trying to move in. KMD is actually looking really solid. They're still up by 4 members. Meanwhile, others are just struggling trying to move on in.
Okay, so we're seeing movements from the other team, but the grenades are coming in. Will it explode into Jay's face? But it won't deal damage, and the zone, on the other hand, will knock out that member, and then Timmy will be eliminated. Let's see how will they deal with the other members of KMD. It's going to be a betrayal of KMD here because they have to deal with the other members. It's going to be the 4-man of KMD against the 3-man KMD with a mixture of Leah, GMP, and Rolex. GMP is now eliminated, as well as Ka. Here for me being down, Leah and Rolex being the 2 remaining members, and we're seeing some movement right here. And the wall has been spammed. He's trying to shoot some vector, trying to break those walls, but from below. I mean, from the back, they were trying to kill him sneakily. Some backstab damage, but no Ngento. Just being alert. The circle, the zone is just chaos, Panda, because the zone is just shrinking from behind, and we're seeing a dropping of players. And I think this is going to be the last one.
Aurora! It's Aurora.
Oh man, Aurora just nailed it.
Aurora nailed it. They timed it perfectly, moving from what seemed to be a bad spot because they were outside the zone into a very well placed victory. And dude, look at those kills by one player. Asura with 8 kills right there. Dude, that is 14 kills by Aurora. That is a huge gap from what KMD also had from the last game. Even if Aurora was second, looking at it right there, I think it's clear to see if we're just going to have to wait about what the final scores are going to be. But yeah, Aurora is taking it, dude. They have brought in the fire and they have come out on top in the final game of the series. And I think we're just going to have to wait until the scores are tallied up, Vince. It's a very intense. We're just going to have to wait and see.
It is, and it was a very intense free fire action that we've witnessed, Panda. And of course, while we're waiting for the score to be tallied, I think it was an intense tournament, Big Bang tournament series. Wow, what a night we have here! I think for the players and as well as for us as the casters for this tournament, man. I mean, what a tournament that we've witnessed here, because potential of players, we just witness it. We just unlock the potential of these guys, and Aurora just raking it. And I'm so glad to at least witness what just happened right there. The emergence of Aurora from this tournament is undeniably there, and it's Aurora is just unstoppable tonight.
That's true. And with that being said, I think it's just safe to say that we can talk about the prize pool. The prize pool is at least of 1,000 USDC, and you guys know that one USD coin is equivalent to $1 in giving it this stable price. And we're going to show you again, ladies and gentlemen, a video on how it is shown.
Launching support for a new stablecoin called USD Coin. We call it a stablecoin because one USD coin can reliably and stably be exchanged for exactly $1.
A stablecoin is a cryptocurrency that is created for the purpose of having a stable value. You can think of it as a digital programmable dollar. One of the biggest blockers to owning and using crypto today is that the prices are fluctuating so much, we don't know what the price might be tomorrow. With a USDC stablecoin, if I want to give $20 or 20 USDC to my friend, I know that that value will be $20 tomorrow.
So the benefits of a stablecoin is that it merges the benefits of the dollar, which is the current global reserve currency, with the benefits of the blockchain, which means 24/7 access, fast transfers, programmability, and the ability to send both macro and micro payments.
And yeah, there you have it, guys. With that video being shown, I think it's just safe to say, Vince, you can announce for us the dates, the call to action dates.
Call to action on the next Big Bang series on Free Fire. We witnessed Latin America on October 16. We're witnessing Southeast Asia today on October 30. But of course, we have to look forward for the next Latin America and Southeast Asian action that will happen on November 13th, and the Southeast Asian will happen on the upcoming November 27th. And man, I am so hyped for the next series, Big Bang series Free Fire, coming on November 27th. They still have a month to prepare for this instant event, and oh my goodness, I just can't get enough of this action, Panda.
Yeah, that's true. And with that being said, again, I would like to remind everyone that we'd like a big shout outs for Polygon and Community Game, and we'd like to thank the major sponsors right there. The Big Bang series is presented by Polygon. It is a protocol and framework for building Ethereum compatible blockchain networks. As the leading Ethereum scaling solution, Polygon has quickly become an essential part of the Ethereum ecosystem. And let's not forget community gaming that provided us with a competitive opportunity for just about any gamer, young or old. You guys can discover tournaments, over at the socials for community gaming right there for just about any game, from FPS games like Valorant and even tactical games like Hearthstone. But yeah, looking forward to more tournaments like that. As long as you guys, stay connected with their socials and community gaming, you guys will be informed, and at the same time, you yourself can participate for the very cool prize pools right there. And yeah, means going back into the game, what a last match that it has been. It's safe to say that Aurora have safely put themselves on a very good spot. If you do say so yourself, right, Vince?
Yeah, they managed to at least start and end things strongly. They're being dominant on the first and the last game. They managed to end the second game being the second placer. Now I think it's safe to say that Aurora managed to at least they had the top spot tonight. They just rake in a lot of kills, and of course it's really hard to at least contest with the consistency of this team. Rather, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they know how to deal with things. And on the last map, we've seen the compress of the players of the teams, forcing them to come out into their hiding spots and engaging up against the members of Aurora. Aurora just bagging the victory into their hands. That's why it's safe to say that this team Aurora is very consistent. They managed to at least get Uyas and a 1 second placer. That means they had a good standing. I don't want to say probably the first, but I am sure that they will be getting the top spot tonight.
That is very true. And, talking about how things went, I think KMD also, the second places from the last match have also at least solidified themselves as well with how the kills went, how, the game was being maneuvered, and they took one game from Aurora, not to mention. And I think, kudos to them. They might not have, like the solid points, but still, they showed that in their effort, they could pull off, insane strategies at the same time.
Yes, and of course, I think we're just waiting for the final score to be at least published in order to make it official. But we've witnessed we've witnessed not just one, but we've witnessed two Big Bang Series Free Fire. So I'm expecting that the upcoming Free Fire this coming November 27 will be a banger as well, because these teams that are participating, they don't disappoint us at all. They wanted to show every bit of action that we can experience, and it just surprised us because with their clever plays, with those grenade plays, with those grenade and those what you call this, with those vehicle collisions and all. I mean, I just love I just love Free Fire. I just love how the Southeast Asian community are doing this. And shout out to Polygon for organizing some such great event, and for Community Gaming.io as well. Thank you so much for having this event for the Southeast Asian to at least showcase what they have right now. And
Mhm.
we've seen that these players, these teams, they have so much potential to go pro.
Yeah, that's very true. And seeing as how players, how well they carry themselves, at least they have an idea of how the scene is going. And I think we have the scores right here, ladies and gentlemen. If I don't think we can. Well, is it possible to show the scores? But still, okay. So I'm getting word that we cannot show the scores, but still, the final results right now. I'm just going to announce it for you guys right here. I know you guys don't see it, but yes, we have your winners right here. For team number one, it's going to be Aurora Soldier, and they have a total of 29 points, banking them on the first place with a whopping 14 kills. Second place is going to be Rokad. They have a score of 12 right there, and I think they have a whopping 6 kills. And for third place, it's going to be Boyfriend MU. It's going to be 11 points first, and for the fourth place, it's going to be Siamis with 11. Going on to the fifth place, it's going to be Slemix underscore ID with 9 points, followed by the sixth place to eighth placers. It's going to be in order. Cymix underscore No Mercy is going to be 3 points. Too soon apostrophe ID is going to be 3, and Kang Tucson is going to be with 1 point, and that's it. I think it's safe to say that there's your winners right there. And Aurora, dude, like more than half of almost how many teams? Kudos to them. They've put in a very, very good effort. As we've seen.
A very, very effort, very consistent, and of course, a huge shout out to the participating teams and the players that gave their everything in order to at least battle it all out and to compete with the prizes. And of course, guys, if you wanted to see the full results, rather, you just have to tune in into the community gaming C Discord in order to at least have the full details posted there maybe later on. But that is it for us tonight, because this is, this is a night of intense Free Fire action, and I think these players need to celebrate. So, Panda, I think we just have to call this off now.
Yeah, and with that being said, thank you so much for that, Vince G. Thank you so much, guys, for those of you who've been watching tonight. This has been the Big Bang Tournament Series presented to you guys by Polygon and Community Gaming for arranging this tournament right now. We have been your shoutcasters, Panda User and Vince G. And we're signing off right now.
Goodbye. Good night.